Hello guys, good day. I hope you are all doing fine. I'm Auntie Josephine, Grade 1 Facilitator, and you are welcome to OK Academy e-learning program for Term 3. Today, our subject is Our World, Our People. Our World, Our People. So in short, we call it Owop, the Owop. And our topic for today is Responsible Use of Resources. Responsible use of resources. When we talk about responsible, it means taking care of something. So the responsibility of your parent is to take care of the children. Very good. And when we talk about resources are the things we use to achieve a goal. They are the things we use to achieve a goal. Now let's move on. When we talk about energy, what is energy? Energy is the ability to do work. Energy is the ability to do work. So why do we eat? We eat so that we get energy. And we are saying that energy is the ability to do work. So it means when you eat, you have the energy and you can work. So when you have eaten, you can do your assignments, you can walk, you can run, you can do anything that you want. But when you have not eaten and you are hungry, you feel tired and you will not be able to do your work. So we are saying energy is the ability to do work. Energy is the ability to do work. Now let's move on to where we can get this energy from. So the next topic is sources of energy in the homes and community. Sources of energy in the homes and in the community. So we want to know where we get energy from in the house and in our community. So one, we have the sun. I hope you all know the sun. And we have firewood, wind, charcoal, kerosene, and the LPG. The LPG stands for liquefied petroleum gas. So in your house, the gas that you have, the cylinder with the stove, the thing in it is called liquefied petroleum gas. Very good. So we are coming to take these sources of energy one after the other and explain them and get to know of their uses. So the first one that we will talk about is the sun. So the sun, uses of the sun. The sun, when we say the sun, it is the main source of energy. The sun is the main source of energy we have. And the energy that we get from the sun is called solar energy. The energy we get from the sun is called solar energy. So now we are moving on to the uses of the sun. What we can use the sun for. I hope you know it already. So now, uses of the sun. The first one, it says the sun energy helps us to dry our clothes. The sun's energy helps us to dry our clothes. So when you finish washing your dress, you see that you go and dry it on the dry line so that the sun can shine on it and then it can become dry. So the sun energy, it helps us to dry our clothes. And then the second one, it says plants use solar energy to prepare their food. So when you come to science, or when we're having our science lessons, remember we said plants, we don't go outside and give plants food like we give animals food. No, they prepare their own food. And the process of preparing their own food is called what? Photosynthesis. It's when the plant uses the energy from the sun, which we said it is called the solar energy. The energy from the sun, or the energy we get from the sun, is called the solar energy. And we are saying that plants, they use this energy to prepare their own food. They use the solar energy to prepare their own food. So when you see a plant growing, a human didn't go to give the plant food, but rather it uses the sun to prepare its own food. And the third one, it says the sun energy is used to dry maize, cocoa, and many more. The sun energy is used to dry maize, cocoa, and many more. So our farmers, when you go to the farm, when they bring their cocoa and their maize, you see that they will put it on the floor like this, and then they will be drying it for it to become very hard, and then the thing cannot spoil. Very. So the last one is the sun helps us to generate electricity through solar panel. Like I said, the street lights, some of them don't use the electricity that we get from the Akosombo Dam, but rather when the sun is scorching or when the sun is shining, it shines on these street lights, and then in the night you can light it or you can switch it on and then you get your light. And then the second one is the firewood. Firewood, remember we said the sources of energy, we have the sun, firewood, kerosene, charcoal, and so forth. So the next one that we are coming to talk about is the firewood. The firewood. Firewood is any wooden material that is used for fuel. Firewood is any wooden material that is used for fuel. In the olden days, your parents will go to the farm and then they will bring the dry branches and then they will light it and then put your food on it for it to cook. So that is firewood. Firewood is any wooden material that is used for fuel. Wooden material, like branches of a tree. Any wooden material used for fuel. When you say fuel, it means it can be used for cooking. Very good. So let's move on to the uses of the firewood. Uses of firewood. The first one says firewood is used for cooking food. Firewood is used for cooking food. So when our grandmothers and our parents, when they go for the branches of the tree, they come and then light it up and they put our food on it, and then you see that your food is ready for you to eat. And then the next one is firewood helps us to smoke fish. Firewood helps us to smoke fish. So when you light the firewood like that, you can put a fresh fish on it, then it will smoke, and when it becomes like that, it doesn't spoil. Either you put it in the fridge or you leave it like that, it doesn't spoil. So it is used to preserve our fish, or it is used to smoke fish. So guys, that is the end of our lesson for today. So today we talked about energy, and we said energy is the ability to do work. And then we talk about sources of energy, where we get our energy from in the home and in our community. And we made mention of the wind, charcoal, the sun, and we said the sun is the main source of energy. And the energy we get from the sun is called what? Solar energy. Very good. So we said we have the sun, the LPG, and the full meaning of LPG is liquefied petroleum gas. Good. And we made mention of the charcoal, the firewood, the wind. So we made mention of the uses of the sun and the firewood. So the next time that we meet, we will talk about the charcoal, the wind, and then the kerosene. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day and see you next time. Bye bye.